Hey there, friends. Today we're diving into a super interesting topic, the different generations that have shaped our world. Each generation has its own unique vibe, experiences, and quirks. So grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's break it down together. 1. The Lost Generation. Let's kick things off with the Lost Generation. Born between 1883 and 1900, these folks came of age during World War I. Imagine growing up and suddenly finding yourself in a trench somewhere, wondering how on earth you ended up there. Writers like Ernest Hemingway and F. Scott Fitzgerald were part of this crew. Their struggles and disillusionment gave rise to some of the best literature of the time. So if you ever feel lost in life, just remember, at least you're not trying to make sense of it all in a war zone. 2. The GI generation. Next, we have the GI generation, born roughly between 1901 and 1927. This generation is known for their heroism during World War II. They were the real-life superheroes, often referred to as GIs or government issues. After saving the world, they returned home to build a booming economy and create the American dream. Talk about a busy schedule. If this generation had a motto, it might be, save the world, then raise a family. 3. The silent generation. Then there's the silent generation, born from 1928 to 1945. They grew up during the Great Depression and World War II. You might say they were the original quiet kids in class, but don't let the name fool you. This generation is known for their strong work ethic and family values. They made significant contributions to society while keeping their heads down. If their lives were a movie, the title might be The Quiet Achievers. 4. The Baby Boomers. Now let's talk about the baby boomers, born between 1946 and 1964. After World War II, there was a massive baby boom, and let me tell you, the world was never the same. This generation experienced major cultural revolutions, from the civil rights movement to the rise of rock and roll. They're like the cool grandparents we all wish we had, sharing stories of peace, love, and epic concerts. If they had a theme song, it would definitely be Born to Be Wild. 5th Generation X. Moving on to Generation X, born from 1965 to 1980. Often called the forgotten generation, they grew up during economic uncertainty and the rise of technology. They are the masters of sarcasm and self-reliance. Think of them as the ultimate DIY generation. If you need something fixed, just ask a Gen Xer. They value work-life balance and have the best mixtapes from the 80s and 90s. Seriously, if you haven't heard their playlists, you're missing out. 6th Zennials. Now let's give a shout out to the Zennials, a special micro-generation born between 1977 and 1983. These lucky folks got to experience life before the internet and then ride the wave of technology as it exploded. They're like the bridge between Gen X and millennials, navigating both worlds with style. If you see someone reminiscing about cassette tapes while scrolling through Instagram, you might just be looking at a Zennial. 7th Generation Y, Millennials. Next up is Generation Y, or the Millennials, born from 1981 to 1996. This generation has been heavily influenced by technology, social media, and globalization. They value experiences over material things, which means you're more likely to find them at a music festival than at a mall. They're also known for their creativity and activism. If there's a social issue, you can bet millennials are on the front lines, ready to make a change with a selfie stick in one hand and a protest sign in the other. 8. Generation Z. Following them is Generation Z, born from 1997 to 2012. This generation is the first to grow up with smartphones as a normal part of life. They are digital natives and are known for their awareness of social issues and commitment to diversity. If you ever hear a Gen Zer say, "That's so cringe," just know they have a highly developed sense of humor. They're all about mental health and authenticity, and they're not afraid to call out the nonsense in the world. 9th Generation Alpha. Last but definitely not least, we have Generation Alpha, starting from 2013 and continuing into the mid-2020s. This generation is still growing up, but they are already showing signs of being the most educated, tech-savvy, and diverse group yet. They'll probably have smart devices before they can even walk. If you think you're a tech whiz now, wait until you see what these kids can do with their gadgets. Conclusion. So there you have it. Each generation has its unique story, influence, and a touch of humor. Understanding these differences helps us appreciate the diverse perspectives that shape our society. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fun content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.